I should be back in real life now. Video, not just webcam, not just slides. Want to see your face when I'm talking to you. So we've got a lot of awesome questions. In fact, I'm going to highlight a few of them here. And let's see. I'll start with the first one and just work my way through. Keep them coming, guys. I may have to scroll up and down through them, and I think Sean will be feeding them to me in the chat. So first one here, let's go with the quick question. I'll just answer a few questions about the workshop, then we'll go directly into some of the retargeting stuff. Elaine, let's see. Mariah says, I so need this, I know. Main thing holding me back is timing. I'm rebuilding my entire website store, and it seems I should have that in place before jumping on this phase. So very good question, very good, I guess, issue to bring up. The timing, just so you guys know, the date and time, we've kind of been going back and forth, but we settled on, we're going to do June 3rd and 10th and 17th. Now, we've thought about some different ways to do this, and those are on Wednesdays. The main thing we want to get across is that all these are going to be recorded, all the actual technical training, and so basically it'll be kind of like you're in a class, by the way. And by the way, I was talking to my wife today, and I was looking at my college bills. I didn't realize my classes were like $2,000 each, not even exaggerating. Like I went to the Art Institute, and it's $2,000 a class for like 4 credit hours. And I just couldn't, I was like, I can't believe I spent that much, where something like, investing in something like this, or even a mastermind or something, it just puts in perspective, the expense for me. College is just crazy. But so those are the dates, but we are going to record all the training for you guys. So if you can't make it to a session, then that's fine. You'll be able to watch the training. But if also, I want to tell you this right now, if Bahimi says no sound, go ahead and refresh if sound issues. If you can't make one of the days, or if you feel like you can't make all the days, if you buy the workshop, guys, I did this on the last webinar, so I feel like I should do it with anybody who purchases today. I'll do a personal call with you, me and Sean Malarkey, and anybody who purchases today. Normally, I don't even want to talk about what I generally will spend on consulting, but I am so dedicated to you guys getting results out of this. I'm willing to jump on Skype an hour to whatever we need to do to work on the foundation, the different pieces in your business, and make sure that they work for you. So if let's say you can't make it for a day, we'll schedule those calls with you at any time that works for you. And then if you can't make the workshop, you can watch the replays. But we'll also have that Facebook group, and we'll also be doing a few just hangouts like this with just the attendees, and we'll just do Q&A discussing things. So that's just so you understand the workshop. And I didn't put that on the slides, but that'll be a bonus for anybody who purchases today. Up to a certain amount. I won't be able to do more than probably 20 of those, and we're getting pretty close. So if you pick it up, I promise we'll set up a time. We'll jump on a call just like I did. You probably saw that little testimonial of John. All we did was an hour call, and we revamped his whole marketing. We came up with a campaign. We did it all in person. So if you can't make it to the workshop or one of the days, I'm going to make sure that you get the value out of this in person. So I will work directly with you. So hope that answers your question. So the templates I promised, since you're on the call, Ajamu, I want to make sure I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. Sorry. Just to answer the question about slides, anybody who's on the call, I will make sure you get it. And also I'll send you the slides. And I'm also going to include, just as a thank you, a little bonus retargeting guide. It's only like 10, 20 minutes on setting up in Facebook a little more over the shoulder in depth. So I'll send that to you guys for sure. All right. Frankie, I'm glad you asked about the real estate. And let me share my screen again. I'm going to pull this up. because this is something I think you guys will really, really like if you're in real estate. And this is what I make for everybody that I do a call with. I make what's called we'll call it a mind map. I'm sure you might be familiar with the term. Let me share my screen real quick. Frankie, let me know if you can see my screen here in a second. I think I just hit this little screen share. There we go. So let me log in because real estate, it's interesting. I think I did a survey a while back with some real estate agents, like what was the #1 issue with, I can't show you guys all my magic stuff here. Where is it? I could probably search retargeting real estate. Frankie, shoot me an email, me@sean.co, and I'll send this to you. And if anybody else on the call wants it, I guess I'll oblige. Maybe I'll just include it for everybody. But I found, I did a survey and I found that the biggest issue that real estate agents were facing was follow-up. So you would get somebody calls interested in place, and you'd maybe call them back once, send them an email, call them again, and never hear anything again. They vanish. Now imagine if you had a retargeting ad on your website for your listing or from Craigslist. So that's where I think the magic could come in. If you put your house listings or anything on Craigslist, retargeting will retarget that specific house to that person. So I'm Bob, and well, let's use another name because there's a Bob on here. I'm Stephanie, and I come to your listing, and I'm interested in buying your house. I'm a 28-something professional, and I can afford your condo, but I'm looking at a bunch of different houses. Now imagine if you did a retargeting campaign where the house is staying in her Facebook every single day she sees that house. Can you imagine the power of her seeing your house every single day while she's still shopping all around? Take it one step further. What if you did a couple articles like how to make sure you're financing your house correctly, like educate your buyers, your potential buyers, your home buyers, and my cat is being annoying, sorry. And they're gonna start trusting you. So if you taught them, Darren, if you taught them like how, I don't know much about real estate, I really should, but how to avoid spending more when you're closing, you know, and you write out an article on that, who are they gonna think of when it finally comes down to picking a house? They start seeing your brand, your logo, your name, your articles. You're gonna just see, they're gonna see you more than anyone else because you're in their Facebook, you're on Mashable, you're on CNN, all of your content. Let's say you're selling a house with an awesome pool. You can make the featured image of your retargeting ad the actual pool. So it's like, wow, look at this pool, it's huge. So that's just a few of the ways. This mind map here, I'm actually creating a real estate retargeting course, and this is the basis of it. So I'll send this to you guys. You know, I'll send it to everybody who's on here right now. There's a decent amount on here, and I can tell with this software who's on, and I'll make sure that you guys get this. Okay, so yes, we'll be emailing the docs there, Shambi. So let's do a couple more questions. I hope, Darren, I know that wasn't like super in depth, but hopefully I gave you some ideas of how you could use this with real estate. And in the workshop, what I'll do, I'm actually making a note of this because I know we have a lot of real estate professionals. Maybe we'll do a little breakout session just for real estate and work with agents on how to set up these campaigns. Because the idea is, you know, keep in their face, and when they're ready to, imagine the increase in closing, you know, could be awesome. All right, so let's see. Just signed up, looking forward to revamping the retargeting my whole approach. So awesome, so glad to have you signed up. You know, I'll definitely jump on a call with you. Do you have any examples of how you can help B2B in the people development space? So HR, right? Something, you know, we're developing people into better versions of themselves, B&B, so helping employers help employees. Now this is funny because I had this question for Gary Vaynerchuk, right? And I asked him, was at a book signing, I think it was, and I asked him, I was like, how do you do Facebook ads to B2B? And he just looked at me and he said, behind every B is a C. So behind every business owner is a person, a customer. So here's the interesting thing. The people who are making the purchasing decisions, they're like anybody else. They get on Facebook, they get on Twitter, they get on YouTube, they get on Reddit or any number of news sites, CNN, Wall Street Journal. They all use retargeting ads because they make so much money when they show your ads. Now, if you emailed somebody, let's say someone who could make the decision to buy your development course, the B2B product, you send them some great stuff, send them some information, and you send them, let's say you did like a little 5-minute video introducing yourself and your business. If they go watch that video on your lead page or your web page or any kind of page that you can put retargeting code on, then you can retarget them. Let's say your sales worth $10,000, and to close that deal, you probably need to communicate with the individual quite a few times. You know who they're not going to forget though? If they see your face all the time on retargeting or see your business or product, they're going to see you all the time. And the retargeting, even in Facebook, it's amazing the power that can have. I think we've all probably heard this statistic, but it takes an average of 7 times of presenting a message before somebody will take action on it. In the internet marketing space, we're a little spoiled because we send one email and we may get a sale. But I guarantee you, if you were on this webinar 7 times and I retargeted you, which I will, you'll see my pretty face for a while on your Facebook, retargeting information on this, you're going to buy, you're going to purchase because you see the value, get the value demonstrated more often, or at least you're more likely to buy. You're 70% more likely statistically. So really appreciate that question. I hope that helped you helped answer that. The B2B, the main concept is you can still retarget to the one person who might be able to make a purchase. Even if your audience is only 20 people, you can do retargeting. There's a story of a guy who uploaded an email list, which basically is the same concept for retargeting of his 20 friends. And he just retargeted them pictures of himself on Facebook ads and all over the web as a prank. And they thought it was the creepiest thing because he would change the ads based on what they talked about, which is just hilarious in my opinion. So it's basically legal stalking online. All right, so let's see. Got a couple more questions. I'm going to try to get to them all because you guys can stick around as long as you want. I'm good with just hanging out. So any more questions about the workshop, feel free to pop them in, or the Done For You. We had quite a few people sign up for the Done For You the other day. And most of them had an established building or business. They're doing about 50,000 or more a year in profit from their business. And the cool thing as I'm reaching out to these people, talking to them, is most of them are doing well, but they don't have any advertising in place. And I'm so excited about the prospect of taking any company that's doing okay or decent right now. I hate to sound, I don't want to sound cocky, but I just love it. Like I can take any business that's doing well, that has a good product and service, and I can build out an ad campaign and they will see results. I just love it. It's great. So if you're on the edge with that Done For You, let's talk about that. Feel free if you're concerned about the costs and stuff. It does have a 30-day return and all that good stuff. But anyways, let's go on to the next question here. We've got, what is the benefit of the benefit for golf training aid that adds 60 yards to your drive? I love it. So your audience, the golfing audience, Bob, I hope you're still on. If you're not, then, well, hopefully someone else has golfing, but the concept will be the same. So the benefit of an extra 60-yard drive is you're better at golf. Now, think of it like a car commercial. And we talked about this a little bit, but if you watch a car commercial, you see a minivan, and it's never, they may list the safety ratings and the niceness of the car, but it's about family, right? They make it all about family, about connecting. It's always happy family, loving, that's the message. It's emotional. So if you apply that to, let's say, the feature of your course is adding 60 yards to your drive. The benefit of your course is that you'll be better at golf. Now, the benefit of your course is they will enjoy golf more because they are better at it. And that you're going to have to refine that message a little. You can't just go out and say that. But imagine your headline, tired of your friends beating you every week at golf. Can you imagine if you imagine the effect of increasing your adding 60 yards to your game, or I'm sorry, I don't know much about golf. I should know. And then it's literally just a picture of a guy like ragging on his buddies, because that's what golf's about. It's having fun with friends and playing. And I think you could refine that message a little and really communicate that it's about the emotion of having fun with your friends. And if you're better than them, it gives you a little bit of fun bragging rights. I think, Ed, I don't know if you're talking about me or the actual game, bragging rights. I love it. Self-esteem, he brought up a good one. Self-esteem is, oh, yeah, I don't have to show. There we go. Hey, I'm back. Self-esteem is another good one. You know, a lot of people tie lower your handicap. So that'd be a feature. That'd be a good feature. That'd be maybe even a benefit. But the benefit of lowering your handicap is that you enjoy the game more. That could even be your tagline. Enjoy the game. Enjoy life. You know, whatever it is, the benefit of the benefit, it moves an implied emotion. So I probably could have closed this workshop better if I would have said, imagine your life if you took the next step in generating leads and sales for your business and implemented the strategies we talked about today and actually saw them through. I didn't close it like that because it's a little intense. I believe in what I sell, but sometimes it is hard to kind of take that next level of pitching it at that level. So it's a little easier in copy, I think, than as opposed to doing it in person. So let's see. Whenever we target, so we did the B2B question. So what is a good budget to allocate with retargeting if you're just starting out? Can you believe this? I spend $5 a day on my first retargeting ads. And the reason for that is, I mean, unless you're getting a ton of traffic, you're not going to have a ton of impressions. But that's not the whole point with retargeting. It's not about the number of impressions necessarily. It's about the impressions per unique person. So you can spend $5 a day. Some will jump up to 10. And for like a webinar like this, the day before it starts, maybe I'll jump it up to $20. And after the webinar, you guys will probably see my ad a lot. Just warning you, sorry in advance. You'll see that quite a bit. But starting even with just $5 can do a lot, because we're talking 20, 30 cent clicks of people that are hyper targeted. And any click that you get has the 70% more likely chance to get a sale than a normal ad. So that's why it's okay to invest that kind of money. All right, so let's see. What about plant-based eating, nutrition, and health? Sherry, that should be an easy benefit of the benefit. Come on. The benefit of eating healthy is you feel healthy. Benefit of the benefit, to take it all the way to string, is you live longer, but you don't necessarily want to make those health claims, right? So this could be more of an emotional self-esteem thing too. You could say, feel better about yourself, enjoy life more. You could even tell a story. We all know storytelling is one of the best ways to sell anyways. So you could make your sales copy a story and say, imagine you're walking down the street or the beach or whatever the painting you want to draw. Let's go with the beach. Imagine walking down the beach and feeling like you're not tired, that you actually are sprightly. You want to run down and play with your kids and enjoy time with your friends and family. A lot of people today are overweight, they're overworked, they're overstressed, and most don't realize that their diet is a major contributor to that. Let me share with you how plant-based eating can help you not only make you healthier, but help you enjoy life more. So that's drawing on that benefit of the benefit from a more emotional level. We have to be careful, obviously, with this. We can't make claims that are, outrageous, like Dr. Oz style claims. But you can tell a story and get all the parts across to your audience. So Ed says, to better enable you, share, express the gift God gave you. There you go, man. Put that right in an ad, right? So these benefits can become the little section in our ad. Got quite a few like that. It's just, if your business was doing better, you could spend more time with your family. That's, of course, an extreme, but we all kind of get there, right? Like the reason we're in business is to control our lives a little bit more, right? Spend more time doing what we love. I happen to love my business too, which is kind of strange. I think a lot of people do when they jump out on a ledge and start working on their own business. But yeah, so let's see what other questions we got here. We got quite a few. So what is good budget? We did that one. Will you be accepting customers again sometime down the road? I'm not ready to pay for the training this time. Elaine, I respect that, and I thank you for sharing that. If you're not ready, you're not ready. I could go on a little pitch, right, and try to convince you shouldn't think that way. You're ready now. Take the jump. But we will be eventually. I can't promise it'll be at this price. And that's not just for scarcity. That's I'm actually doing calls with everybody who purchases, and the actual workshop obviously takes time and energy to set up. So we're doing this introductory price so that we can make sure that as many people can take advantage as we can. We'll probably get a little smaller groups on the next one, so we'll boost the price a little just to narrow that down. But yes, we will be selling this in the future, but we will be keeping the doors for this June one, probably shutting those down very soon. But appreciate you sharing that. That honesty is very appreciated. I definitely understand that. And funding, I feel you there, man. There's always something to be said about, I would love to have an Apple Watch, but you know what? Maybe $350 right now isn't the place. So I respect that, Elaine. No harm, no foul. I'm just happy that you stayed on. What I'm hoping, do this. All right. Here's a challenge for you. If you jump out there and set up one retargeting campaign, in the future, if we raise the price on this, you can remind me, and I'll have this recording somewhere. So I'll remember, Elaine. If you set that up, take a screenshot of it. I'll make sure that price stays for you at that $497. So when you're ready, we'll get you in there. All right, so let's see what else we've got. So what are some focused targets for funnel sequences? What are you offering them in the various funnels? Look at my hair back here, guys. This is insane. Oh my goodness. Oh, wow. Wow. I need a haircut. Thank goodness it's in black and white. Sorry, I have ADD. I don't know if I brought that up, and I think my medicine's wearing it. No, I'm just kidding. I need to do the green healthy eating is what it is. So focus targets for funnel sequences. What are you offering them in the various funnels? Okay, so we can get a little more complicated with this retargeting. I'll share my screen one more time and show you one more retargeting funnel. So if we jump over here, so this was the real estate one, right? Which I made a note. I promised to send that to people. So, so let me show you one more little retargeting funnel. This is a real simple one. So I like to do as much retargeting as I can, but sometimes it's a little, okay, this isn't the one I wanted. Sometimes it can get a little overwhelming. So, I mean, honestly, if you just start, right? If you just start retargeting, this is going to terrify you guys. Don't worry. It's okay. Thanks, Michael. I appreciate that, man. I try to, I do what I can. So this is an insane funnel. Don't let this scare you. But the areas that I like to do retargeting are on the sales page. And I'll usually, so if someone hits the sales page, if you can see here, we've got Traffic Genesis sales page. Someone hits that. then they get pixeled. Then I'll do a retargeting ad to actually capture their email. So I send them to a squeeze page. Now that squeeze page does an email follow-up and does all kinds of things to get them back to the sales page, convince them to buy. But if they purchase, right, so they buy right here. Frankie says that's a lot. Yeah, I know. I get a little crazy on these. Look at this. This is my day job, guys. Don't worry. You won't have to set all this up. This is just the retargeting. So main retargeting, capture the lead. Secondary retargeting, if they don't buy the upsell to the product, I'll retarget them to take advantage of the upsell. Another way to squirrel. You are correct. So that's generally where I'll start with retargeting if it's a simple funnel. If you're doing like a launch, so let's say you're launching a product and you want to do a 4-part email or video series. And this would be more for the advanced folk, but anybody can do this. You just kind of have to understand the concept. So here is another funnel with a lot of content. So these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 video pages. So you can do a retargeting ad for each one of these. You could say, if they went to Law 1 but not Law 2, start an ad and show for Law 2. Say, hey, you saw Law 1, but you didn't see Law 2. So you can make it all very dynamic and conditional. You can get very creative with this stuff. So don't get too overwhelmed. And I'm telling you guys, anybody who purchased the workshop today, I actually love making these. So I'll make it for your business. We'll go as simple as complex as you want. Sometimes it's good to go a little more advanced for some of the bigger businesses. But generally, my funnels are a front end and one retargeting ad to the campaign. All right, so let's go to the next question. I hope that helped. I know that's a little complex stuff, but sometimes you got to go a little more complex. Dynamic ads work very well. All right, so another quick question. Can you retarget on LinkedIn? Now, I don't know if LinkedIn will display retargeting ads. We could look real quick. Retargeting ad on LinkedIn. If they don't, I wouldn't be surprised if they do very soon. Learn how to retarget can help. Yes, they do. I'm going to try one. I love it. I'm going to retarget all of you guys on LinkedIn. I don't use LinkedIn as much as I used to, but I should get back into it, right? So yeah, so it looks like you can display retargeting ads on there. But another thing, if you're sharing content to your website from a link you put on LinkedIn, you can retarget people who visit that link. So those are even more qualified, right? Because they went and saw your message. Okay, what is the tool you're using to map your funnels? It's actually called Lucidchart. So it's a chart making tool. There's a free version. It's great. I think I pay like $40 a year for the pro, so I can just have all the bells and whistles with it. All right, so let's see. So retargeting on LinkedIn, we covered that one. How do you move someone off retargeting to being a customer? Great question. We didn't have time to go into all the technical stuff. What it is technically is they call it a burn pixel. And so in Facebook, what you do is you actually say, if someone visits my thank you page, don't include them in that retargeting audience. So if they buy, don't show them that ad. Now, sometimes you may forget to do that. Worst case scenario is you show an ad or two to a customer. So it's not a reason not to start if you don't have access to like your thank you page. In fact, if you're selling Amazon products and you're running an ad, you'll never be able to get them off the retargeting list, even if they buy. But, it still reinforces your message. Maybe they bought your Kindle book or they bought your Kindle product, but did they actually use it? Your retargeting ad could theoretically increase consumption of your product. So let's see. Dan says, do you have a real estate specific webinar? Dan, did you catch the retargeting mind map? I'll make sure you get that. I do not, but you know what? I already made a note of this, but I am going to do a breakout session in the workshop, I decided, just now for real estate, because it seems like we have a lot of people in the real estate industry who could benefit from this. I'll show you right now. I have a product coming out called Real Estate Retargeter, and it's going to be $497. I actually have the website up, Real Estate Retargeter, somewhere. Anyways, we're not pitching that. But I'll tell you what, guys, Dan, anybody else who's on the call, I'm going to make a note of it. That course, I promise to include it for anybody who purchases and is in the real estate niche for this retargeting workshop. So I just want to put some icing on the cake here. But I don't have a particularly real estate centric webinar. Maybe I should do one. Sounds like fun. But I hope that answers your question, Dan. Sorry I don't have one, but the course will be out. Would probably be about 3 more months before it's complete. Got all the groundwork laid. We just got to get everything rolling with it. But let's definitely do that. So I'll get you that, and I'll make sure we do a real estate breakout session in the workshop. So we still got a lot of people on here. If you have any more questions, I'm actually having a lot of fun diving into some of the more challenging, retargeting questions, because I think it can be tough to look at your business and see all the potential with retargeting. So thank you, Trisha. You rock more. Appreciate that. So Terrence asked, can you retarget a visitor to a YouTube video? You can actually, and this is Google retargeting, right? So I think they call it remarketing. I never know which one to call it. But yes, so you can set to show a certain YouTube or Google ad to anybody who watches your video on YouTube. How cool is that, right? So that's a little more advanced. We'll definitely be going through that in the workshop. But yes, you can. And you've probably seen YouTube ads that are retargeting ads. I know Ryan Dice does this a lot. If you look at any of his products, you'll see a YouTube video very quickly after the thing you saw. He does it, and he'll start his YouTube video. Hey, Ryan Dice here. Before you watch your cat video, I know you checked out digitalmarketer.com, but I want to tell you, if you sign up today, it's just $1 or something like that. And so you can do that with your own products. I shoot a lot of video. You've probably seen in this funnel, those little small screencast videos. Even when you signed up for the webinar, I was just, hey guys, what's going on? I have a $90 webcam that I use. I have a ScreenFlow, which is $99. And I bought a nice mic because I wanted to sound cool. But that's it. That's all I use. I use this webcam filter, and I can record a video in a few minutes. Yes, I'm wearing shorts. I'm not wearing underwear, I promise. So if you are a little skeptical about creating video, you could even just put up a slide and start talking over it. You don't have to be on the video. But retargeting ads are great on video. I mean, because it's like you're talking. I'm going to have to use them more often. I've only used them a handful of times to great effect, but they are a little more, you have to actually set them up, record a video, where on Facebook it's just like upload picture, which is nice. Okay, so that answers that. So nice stuff. Can't wait to learn more from you. Will you share how to access the slides from tonight? Michael, I will email the slides right after the call. Thank you so much. Let's see. I understand there are certain niches that you cannot retarget. For example, cosmetic, medical. How do you not step into illegal? Gotcha. That's a great point there, because generally, it's up to the user to read the terms and conditions of anywhere you're advertising. So if you are in the cosmetic surgery space, a lot of, like, even dating sites like Facebook won't let you retarget, but there are certain ad platforms that will let you do that. You'll just have to look individually. AdRoll and all these different sites have different. Sorry, I'm seeing the chat. This is a 20-pound microphone. It's huge, but it works great. I can talk into it. That's what microphones are for. So you just have to look at the terms and conditions. I know dating can be an issue. Some healthcare stuff, if it can be an issue. But here's the deal. There's always a way to communicate a different message that's compliant and then capture an email and market to them anything you want. So let's say you are in cosmetic. Cosmetic surgery isn't always about getting surgery and enhancing your body. It's about self-esteem. So you could always do an article, which retargeting to articles, guys, is the way of the future with content marketing. You could write an article says, 3 ways to increase your self-esteem by taking better care of your skin. I don't know. And you could have a call to action in that article. It says, still don't feel like you're getting the most out of your skin, or that you can't seem to reach your skincare goals. I'm just throwing it out there. Opt in here, get a free guide, and see your options. So you could share some more information, teach them more. The more you teach, the better, right? I think the only people who didn't buy from my pitch in the webinar are buying from Q&A, right? Because we're teaching each other. We're learning how this all works. I should just do Q&A webinars from now on, right? So yeah, that content article marketing works so well, because I'm going to share with you the biggest insight right now, and we got almost 80% of the people who were on the call from the beginning still here. So that, dude, I'm flabbergasted, guys. We've been here almost 2 hours, and I love it. The number one thing I've learned through doing huge launches with Mike, Phil Same, Andy Jenkins, Sean and Lewis, they count still, they rock. They were my first clients. Amy Porterfield, I'm name dropping. Look at this. I don't need that. Big launches, millions of people. The biggest thing that helps conversions, hands down, out of anything, not landing pages. Copy helps quite a bit, but the copy actually moves people to do what I'm about to share with you. It's when people digest your content. Okay, that I can't overstate that. We saw 13% sales rate from the Webinar Jam Studio launch from people who watched the pre-launch videos where we taught them why webinars were awesome. 13% sales rate on a huge list. And we already had 17,000 customers in there. So that's the magic of teaching instead of selling. That's why webinars are very effective. That's why workshops are very effective. It's why interaction is very effective. Back and forth communication, asking questions, getting response, digesting the information. It's actually a type of selling. You're selling concept, and the product is just a bystander that you sell. It's actually a slide I didn't get to include in this because it's too much content. But there's an article from the Harvard Business Review that says the death of solution sales. And the whole article is about selling insights, not solutions. Today, if you are trying to sell a solution, you're competing with all the free content on the internet. You're competing with all the competitors that sell the same solution. You're competing at an insane level. But if you sell insights, you're only competing with the time of your audience, because an insight is teaching them something. So it's a eureka moment. It's like, oh, that's awesome. You're right. I should have known that. So if you're selling insurance, you're trying to sell rates and stuff and all this thing, you're competing with Progressive or one of the big brands. If you're teaching them how to avoid getting burned when you're buying insurance for your house, no pun intended, that article will teach them, could be 5,000 words, right? Teach them the benefits of doing XYZ with insurance. Just share all your knowledge, give them everything, and then say, would you like some more information? Let's talk, set up a call, whatever it is. Bladder of steel, you are right. I think it's because I drink like a gallon of water like a day, and maybe it expand. That's a gross conversation. I'm obsessed with this stuff right now. San Pellegrino, I don't get it. All right, so we've got a few more questions here. What is my mic? not only looks great, but it sounds really crystal clear. It is called the Blue. Just search Amazon for Blue mic. I forget what it's called. I think it was like $100. But yeah, when it comes to audio and you're doing webinars like this, you definitely want to invest in some equipment. I mean, I'll be honest, I wish I could turn my webcam on itself. I really don't think I can. But this webcam's on a $20 little tripod and it just sits on in front of my computer. I do have a pretty cool setup though for, I'll be honest, I invested a little bit more in my computer setup here. I've got my 2 monitors and ooh, look, maybe you see the sunset. No, I don't know. But I'm kind of addicted to monitors, so I invest in a lot of those. Okay, so let's see. Any Blue Yeti? That's the word I'm looking for. Thank you, Tim. All right, I see a few more. I'm going to make sure I didn't miss any questions here. Let's see. Can't wait to learn from you. Yes, I will share that. Okay. Do you use VSL in retargeting or long form sales letter? Both. So here's a cool thing you can do with retargeting. You can actually set up multiple ads to the same audience and retarget different content pieces. So let's say they came to your VSL and they didn't buy. Retarget them to a sales letter. They came to your sales letter, didn't buy. Retarget them to your VSL. So it's conditional, right? You say, did they buy from one thing or not another? And you display a different medium. Some people like videos, some people like webinars, some people like sales pages. Just depends on the person. So that is another beautiful piece of our feature of retargeting is you can send different mediums of communication. All right, so John says, I came to the webinar late. That's all right. So hopefully this recorded. If it didn't, we'll figure it out. But we may do one more encore. I don't know. But I will make sure if the replay worked just fine, I'll make sure you guys get that. So VSL is a video sales letter. So a sales letter would just be written. A VSL would be a video sales letter, so it's more, video, obviously. Cool. So can you get an example of retargeting ad in Facebook for us? And just show us how to set it up again. Okay, here's what I'll do. Let me see if I can go to Facebook, share my screen. Because I have a feeling my retargeting ad might be displaying to myself. Let's see here. I do have one on here. It's not me. But let's look. We've got Clay Collins commenting on my Facebook. See AdRoll, be a retarget hero. I was on AdRoll earlier. They're retargeting me. I was on HostGator earlier. Start your website trial. So Facebook actually prioritizes retargeting ads because they know how effective they are. Let's see. This is good old Amy. I don't think she's retargeting me because I haven't been on her website, but she could be. Let's keep on going down here. Good old Facebook. Oh my goodness, so many things. I want to find one more ad set. We'll take a look. That's just a normal ad. Let me go in and click a random picture. Hi, Joelcom. So not a retargeting ad, but a sponsored ad. It could be. I'm trying to find a good example of one for you guys. I know for sure these two. Look at this. Content marketing. Attribution for data-driven marketers. That's pretty niche on me, right? Like they know I'm a pretty nerdy guy. I think that's why they're showing me that ad. Okay, well, there it is. Wait, no, that's someone sharing my webinar. Thanks, man. I thought it was my own retargeting ad. Got one similar. You guys will see it. I almost can promise if you go on Facebook, you'll see my retargeting ad here soon. All right, so, and if you do see my ad, please comment on it and tell me you saw it, even though it'll cost me money. I don't care. Okay, that's, I guess it didn't work, but that's okay. Let me just go back one more time. Sometimes I see my own ads. I need to probably, like, there's one. I was looking at staples at chairs because my chair sucks. That's Look at this. Isn't that funny? They know where I've been. It's legally stalking your customers. I love it. Okay. Now I'm just browsing Facebook. All right. Let's stop sharing my screen. Woo, blueberries indeed. All right. So how can you tell the difference of a regular ad and a retargeting ad? The nice thing is you can't technically tell the difference if you're like a visitor, right? So you're just like, wow, they really know I wanted that cell phone case, or that I can't believe they knew that about me. It seems kind of creepy to the average person, but that's why they're so effective. It's like, wow, I was just looking at that and here's an ad for it. So you can't really tell, to be honest. I mean, we probably can because we know what they are, and now that we know, we'll look for them. So yeah, oh, Cheryl, or Sharon. It was the very first question, wasn't it? $7 tripwire. Maybe I missed the answer, but asked, what are your thoughts on having a $7 tripwire in a marketing funnel? You want to see a marketing funnel with a $7 tripwire that I have retargeting on? Wouldn't that be cool? Be almost seems like it's planned, but it definitely is effective, right? Because a lot of times we want to market our other products, right? So let me pull it up here. Where are you? Retargeting ad for our. It's going to drive me crazy if I. Wow. Here again. Okay, I'm sorry. I promise I'll answer this question if I can find this. There it is. Okay, so this is the funnel I have in place for my retargeting course. Look at that. Would you believe that I have a retargeting course? Okay, screen share. It's a pretty simple funnel actually, but got our content-based advertising, which we talked about, right? Squeeze page for a freemium, so they get the freemium, exit pop, free training, and then it goes to an email. It takes them to a $7 tripwire. Now, $7, if you guys aren't familiar with the $7 product, basically the concept is give them something very valuable. It can be a big piece of content, a mind map, whatever it is. Make it valuable, sell it for $7, and it may sound a little harsh or too markety, but basically you're getting their credit card information. So if they buy it, you give them a higher end product, and it qualifies them as a customer. You have their payment info already, so it's easy to process another product, and you can do this multiple times. So you could say, yes, they say yes to the $37, and then yes, you could offer them a $97 product. So, and then downsell. So you could retarget any step of this so they don't buy the $7 product. You could bring them back to buy the $7, or you could do another ad, say, just to the $37 product. It's just, think of it as email marketing, just as the same way you'd set up a dynamic email system. You could set up dynamic retargeting ads. So if $7 buyer, only show $37 ad. If $37 buyer, only show $97 ad. So you could disqualify people from seeing ads as well. And Facebook's really easy. You just set up the audience. When you set up that audience, like we discussed, you can say URL 1 yes and URL 2 no. So don't build an audience there. I know that's a little confusing, guys, and what I'll do, I'll send you a 20-minute video on how to do that. Anybody who's on the call, just the technical side of that, I actually have that already ready. In fact, you know what, guys? I'll go ahead and link in here that page. Let me see if I can find it real quick, where you can download the slides and stuff, where I'm not supposed to share it with you yet, but we're all friends here, right? I can share that. Let's see. We've got Increase Academy / webinar slides. Hang on here. I gotta remember what my URL is, guys. I'll just get anybody on here already, because you're all buyers, right? Right. Webinar. Oh my goodness, where is it? What is it, Mai Tai? My cat's talking to me. I've got to find this page real quick, guys, and I'll give you the link. Sorry, I don't know it off the top of my head. Generally, I do know my URLs. I think I've just made so many of them recently. There it is. Oh, I missed it. All right. So I'll give you this page. And I'll admit, I'm going to retarget you if you go here, but, you know, whatever. Just kidding. All right. So that's where you can get the slides. There's a little replay of just the part about the actual workshop. And there's training on there for setting up a retargeting campaign. I'm not very good at selling things. I just give everything away. No, but appreciate you all so much for jumping on the call, staying with me for 2 hours. I'll let y'all, well, I guess some of you it's morning, so I don't feel too bad for you, but some of you it's like in the middle of the night. If we've got anybody from Australia on here, I want you to chime in because it's like 4 in the morning and I'm going to send you flowers or something. That's insane. All right. So thank you guys so much. Let me make sure I didn't miss any ads. Oh, okay. Dominique, that page I just listed has a complete setup guide on how to set it up in the ads manager, like I mentioned in the presentation. So it's a more in-depth. It actually starts at that webinar at that point where I walk you through how to set it up. So, so sorry if I read that question wrong. All right, y'all. Well, I'm going to jump here. I'm going to let you guys get back to evening unless we have any last minute questions. I'm seeing, looks like most of them are, 1 p.m. in Sydney. Oops. Delbert, on that, I'm bad at time zone, guys. Sorry. So on that page I linked, you'll see the slides in a big blue button. So there's a lot of buttons on that page, aren't there? I like the buttons. Oh, I'm going to show my webcam one more time just to wave goodbye. So how do I stop sharing? Okay. So thanks again, guys. Thanks for hanging out in my little den here. This is literally where I like to do the webinars because it's quiet. My cat's running around like a crazy person. Mai Tai. Jeez, ran into the door. So if anybody, if you came in late, I'll try to get the replay out as soon as possible if the recording all did well. But thank you again all so very much and appreciate y'all. And if you have any questions, add me on Facebook, message me. You've got my email, probably me@sean.co. You'll be able to find me. If you couldn't sign up for the webinar today or the workshop for any reason today, I'm going to try to leave that up as long as I can on that slides page, assuming Malarkey doesn't, grab my wrist and make me take it down for the pricing. But appreciate y'all, and we will all talk soon. I'm going to do one more thing. I'm actually going to push everybody to that page with the awesome. How do I do that? So I'm going to demo an awesome feature, one of my favorite features of Webinar Jam Studio. I can actually send everybody to a page. Oh my goodness. So I'm going to send you guys to the page to get the slides and buy the workshop and the done for you. I want to get a couple of you in there so I can personally build your marketing, right? All right. So appreciate y'all. We'll talk soon.